All right, Keith, much warmer out there this morning.
Sticky.
Yeah.
Sticky, that's what it is. And that'll be there tonight. I was saying, like, it depends on your threshold for air conditioning. I like it pretty cool overnight. I feel like tonight could reach that.
Yeah,
that threshold.
I feel like most people like to be a little cooler when they're sleeping.
Yeah, if it's there. You're right. If it's there. Scientifically proven. I think it's, don't quote me on this, 67 or something is like the ideal temperature in a room for sleep, according to science.
Nobody wants to sweat while they're sleeping.
Maybe Google that while I'm doing the weather, but it's something like that. It's definitely below 70. And we had trouble today, guys, clearing out. So sticky, a little bit misty along the coastline, especially and even a little bit inland. And then here's the clouds just breaking up. But as we thought, it's taking a while in the mid-coast and down East Maine. So it may be just about sunset in the mid-coast before we actually clear out some of those clouds from earlier today. And so you see it's stubborn cloud cover around. Tonight is on the sticky side, as we just talked about. Temperatures in the 60s through most of the night. Dew points just about the same, so we're likely to see some dew, maybe a little bit of patchy fog is possible as well. Tomorrow morning, first half of the day looks pretty good. Mixture of sun and clouds, temperatures quickly into the 70s, in some cases into the 80s. And so it's going to be a very summery start to the day. It's not until 1 o'clock that we start to see these thunderstorms develop in the mountains, and then more like 3 o'clock that they start becoming bigger storms that are moving into the foothills here. And you can see, for example, Freiburg, maybe into parts of New Hampshire, seeing some storms. That line gets stronger and then moves towards the coastline between 4 and 8 p.m. And there will be a severe weather risk here. So not only heavy downpours, that part's a given, lightning, that part's a given too, but perhaps straight line winds that are strong enough for severe criteria, and maybe an isolated tornado, which we'll talk more about in a second. So here's 4 o'clock. 5, 6 o'clock. This is not going to be exact, but I think it's going to be pretty close along the coastline. These storms make it to the coast, by the way. They don't peter out before they get there. Still hanging around the coast around 7, 8 o'clock, and then by 9 or 10 at the latest, we should have these storms moved away or mostly dwindled out. So Storm Prediction Center has placed us in a level 2 risk over southern Maine, level 1 risk for central Maine and western Maine. And within that, we do have a 2% chance for a tornado. Now, 2% is obviously not a big chance of a tornado, but I will tell you in Maine, we only really play in 2 and 5%. So it's very rare for us to be in this zone here. So this means there is a chance for a spin-up tornado here. I would argue it probably should include Sebago Lake and the coast of York County and then back into about North Conway. If it were up to me, I would make that just a little bit bigger there based on the history of where we have tornadoes when we have them. So that front's still around when the severe weather dies down, but that means showers are still around here on Sunday too. And it felt disingenuous to put showers in just the morning on Sunday, because I think we're still seeing showers along the coast through the middle of the day into maybe the early afternoon before we all clear out. So I put partly cloudy away from the coast on Sunday, but notice I did put showers lingering along the coast on Sunday. So just be aware of that. Looks really nice. Back to the crisp weather Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if you were getting your fall vibe on and tomorrow messes it up, we'll go right back to that for a little bit. Not much rain after this rain event. Models are spitting out between 1 and 2 inches, which would be really helpful. I think it's going to be a little bit scattered though, based on who gets the thunderstorms. You might get 2 inches somewhere and not nearly as much kind of the next town over.
Definitely something to be aware of though for those hanging out outside.
Yes.
All right, Keith, thank you.